Good evening. We are live. We're running a little late because we were giving our another show some time, but they're still yammering on and on and on. So we'll just start. And if you're live, welcome. And if you're watching us in the future, welcome to the future. Hooray! We're not all blowed up. Anyway, we are the Battle Pirates hangout in the crib with the Battle Pirates crib crew. I honestly haven't been drinking that much.
Maybe that's the issue, Larry.
Just a little yangling. And tonight we're going to talk about some of this new stuff. We got the Huggy yard finally, although Huggy might not be too happy with his name associated with this. Yeah, no, we got Bounty season 2 or round 2 or something.
They like to call it seasons. I'm assuming it's like TV seasons, not
Yeah,
not seasons of the year.
So yeah, probably missed something, but we'll get to it in the slides. Ready to go?
I think we are.
All right, I'll share my screen.
So we're live.
All right. So 42 days is the answer to PvP, the universe, and everything. We'll start with some bug fixes. Fix the issue where enemy AI would get confused when attacking player bases that had blocked channels due to portals.
That's why they yanked the Reaver Tide.
Yeah, so we'll see if they bring that campaign back.
It'd be nice. I liked it. It was
you just click the button. I mean, they cut. The way I look at it, they cut the number of chests you can get in half, right? Because they went from being able to get one every day to being able to get one every other day, because the new Scourge campaign does not give you a chest.
And is a new Scourge campaign worth the time to even do for them?
For the uranium, no way.
Yeah.
There's so many better ways to get uranium.
Damnation had Reaver Tide today, so I guess it is back.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So now we'll get them 2 days out of 3, I guess, which is better than every other day. All right, fix the issue where destroyed portals would block users in PvP combat. Somebody said that isn't fixed.
I've been seeing irregular reports from people that it's still not completely fixed, which would be an issue from Bounty. Nothing's been confirmed. It hasn't happened in my base or whatnot, but people are saying that. So, I haven't seen any videos, so it may be fixed, but we know that sometimes these bug fixes haven't been, maybe a portion of the issue has been fixed, but maybe not all aspects of it have been fixed.
Yep. And then Prideful restored after stun. That was another one they broke when they released the last bounty. So it's taking them a month to fix what they broke.
I actually added that as a bug fix.
Oh, it wasn't.
They've gotten this thing where they don't really like to report all the bug fixes. If they hot fix something during the week, they don't tell us about it. And that was one of them. And I've heard of others that have happened this week, but I thought that was the most important for people.
Well, maybe they just fixed it by accident because they, found the new, they accidentally released the new fixed code over the old broken code that they accidentally brought back or something.
Okay.
That's my theory.
Okay. They accidentally fixed it. We didn't intend to, but it happened anyways.
All right, this is just up for your reminder. Assault target transition.
Which happened today.
So, okay. So no more Legion Assault Forces. And
yes. No more 91.
No more 91s. That's sad. So anyway, now you're left with the nav relays, and
I haven't even hit any of the lower level ones. Are they And I don't have Skyfires. Are some of these lower level, like the 65 and the 45? Are you able to auto those with Skyfires and repair on the map or anything like that?
That's a good question.
The
I haven't tried it.
45, I think the 45, yeah, you can do it with Skyfires.
But you can just auto. You can just aim and then click repair and be less than 5 minutes on the map.
Yeah, it's less than 5 minutes on the map with the 45.
Okay.
But the 65, no.
Okay.
Okay. I'll try that. Maybe if I have a 40. Yeah, there's a 45. All right, I'll try it live and we'll see what that is. And I only have 4 Skyfires with 1 of each charge and no gut spill. So we'll see if that autos a 45.
Okay.
All right. Next. Oop, wrong screen. The Huggy Shipyard. So people were really excited for this. Your second build queue where you could build Conqueror and hopefully Defenders. Well, this says just Conquerors. But it's a 42-day build.
Yeah, and that's something that I think they hopefully is a blueprint error.
Doubt
Because
it.
didn't originally they tell us that it was for Conquerors and Defenders?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something that we ought to get ironed out if anybody spent $200 to build it.
Why wouldn't you spend $200? Why wouldn't you spend $200? Why wouldn't you spend $200?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you've been waiting for it for 7 years. $200 is a drop in the bucket for some, as far as something you've wanted for this long, and it's red, it's shiny.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, wasn't the original purpose of this is to encourage people into the PvP game?
Yeah.
The people that were on the fence, so to speak?
Yeah. So my Skyfires without the gut spill, I took 16 minutes of damage from autoing a 45.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So probably need the gut spill to do it for instant.
Probably need a full fleet.
Yeah.
What the gut spill?
Okay, so I mean, do we want to say anything else about this other than 42 days really sucks? And the point we thought of releasing this yard was to get more players into PvP, but players who are still trying to catch up are not going to stop doing their pace for 42 days. GoFundMe.com. I just noticed that on the slide. That's funny.
Yeah. I mean, and currently, I don't know if there's been an update, but you can't even use tokens on it.
No.
Last I heard that tokens were not working on this. Some of these things we don't know if they're intentional or not intentional.
That's like double crappy because you get at least those 1 days during the Forsaken mission, and then what? So you can't. I guess you could use them as you upgrade turrets, but.
But right now, I think the community because the way the game has changed over the life of the game, there's people that have, they started off as PvP players, and then the game changed in such a way that a lot of people that came in new, or even that started off as PvP players, are now primarily PvE players, and they're trying. This was supposed to draw them back into playing PvP. And this is not doing it. This is, those people that are in PvE want to defend their base and keep their dock alive and things like that. And to not be able to, some people still haven't done their other shipyard and getting that up so you have the advantages with the Scourge technology or whatnot. They haven't done that, which is going to be another 13 days because this is required for this.
Right.
And then they want to upgrade their turrets or warehouses, and then we'll see some stuff, a little bit later, where you got to upgrade your what now? You got to upgrade your naval yard again,
Advanced
or your
lab.
advanced lab again.
Yeah,
Well, there's another one today. Is that the naval yard or the
advanced.
Advanced lab. Yeah.
okay, yeah. You're right. It's advanced lab for the trap. But there's more than a year of stuff that needs to be done, and throwing in another month and a half to something that's already sort of dividing the community didn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Well, it's causing an inordinate amount of pressure on the player community to do stuff, to be on the game constantly, to coin, I don't like it.
Well, yeah. Last week's campaigns were definitely heavy coin pressure to get all that through, and then yeah, and then you got this thing. Yeah, it's a lot. Right. So, on the one hand, I like. We were talking about this on the pre-show, and this isn't going to be a statement that a lot of players agree with, but I sort of like all the long time it's going to take to get all the OP10 stuff done, because I don't feel like everybody should have everything right away. You might as well, you get to a point, and you don't build anything. Why not have stuff you're interested in building? And so the fact that all this stuff is taking so long is not terrible, but a month and a half for this, I don't think it's gonna. They wanted to do this to encourage PvP, and 42 days build is not encouraging PvP.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the idea of taking a long time to get everything done is okay. It harkens back to the early days of BP, and that's okay in most contexts. But when you put it in context with everything else that's going on now, that's where we end up having a little bit of an issue. And like this, if the Conquest Yard was something that you could upgrade separately because they want to have PvP come back into the game, then yeah, that's fine. But right now, why would you do that over your OP10 stuff when you're going to be concentrating on building, 2 fleets for PvE for the raid and the TLCs that follow and the map targets that follow that?
Yeah, and there's 2 things I dislike about it. One is what I said before, that they're trying to draw people into the PvP. And the other thing is there is a level of uncertainty amongst the community that there is a even playing field as far as
fair play.
In your base. Yes, that there's fair play going on, and that's going to be a bigger issue. I think as things move on and you see all these, if there is a bunch of people, they might have rightfully spent $200 on this. But there's going to be a level of distrust that goes on that's going to go on with people. If you see a bunch of people tomorrow or a whole alliance with Conquest Yards, there's going to be probably some upset people, and there's probably going to be a lot of tickets filed.
Well, yeah, we know that there's issues in the base and hacking.
Yeah, and that's in this sort of, unless this is like a, some sort of bear trap type of thing, so to speak. That would make sense. Because it's very easy for players to see that there's a bright red shipyard in a base, as opposed to you can't tell that the difference between like a level 7 and a level 9 turret. This is very obvious. So just keep that in mind, everybody.
All right. We ready to move on from this?
Oh.
Sure.
All right. So new trap. Draconian seawall. And do we have the...
Yeah, you just got to click. I just put that up there because you have to do that research beforehand.
Okay, so let's go back. Yeah, so you do have to do your advanced lab to level 13, and then you can research the seawall. So before you start your 42-day Huggy shipyard upgrade, you might want to do this because you have this new draconian seawall trap, and that's a 9-day research, which isn't terrible, I guess. And then, so what's interesting about this is it's got a lot of armor, and that's cool. And then it looks like this is sort of interesting because when aligned with the draconian faction, this trap gains additional defenses at the cost. Oh, okay, so they do describe it right. At the cost of bonus damage. So if you're any faction besides draconian, you get good deflection and a 20% damage boost on turrets on this portal. Or if you're draconian, you get additional deflection, making it harder to get through, but lower damage from those turrets. So you got to sort of make that decision. And what this kind of foreshadows, I think, is the fact that there's going to be other traps that are aligned to other factions. And so maybe we'll see that with other deflections or something other than a wall. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what they come up with.
But it seems fairly even. Didn't it say, could you click back? Didn't it say it favored them?
Yeah, I mean, the deflections, I don't know.
Well, I think those are additional deflections on top of the original ones.
But what I'm saying is you match
No,
up.
I don't think so. Right? Because look, this set you get for any faction but the Scourge. This faction you get only Draconian.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So everything but Drac and then Drac. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you're getting bonus damage with them, but they're getting higher deflection. And looking at it, it sort of feels even. I mean, it's not crazy in one way or the other, I guess, until we see, we really run the numbers on it. And I'm not sure that, because you would have to consider all the Conqueror ships and all the combinations to try and figure out how even this is, as far as does that little bit of deflection counteract the additional damage you get. I mean, just putting my my finger up in the air, it looks even. It doesn't really favor it. It just changes it.
Yeah. I mean, right? You put up traps you put up a wall to be a wall. So theoretically, right? You want the better deflection on your wall because the two turrets on your portal aren't making a huge difference. I mean, it's nice, but I feel like you'd rather have the higher deflection because this is a wall to be a wall, and you're really relying on your center turrets to do the damage, not your two little bitty wall turrets.
Agree.
All right, enough talking here.
Sure, I don't have much on this.
All right, but if I didn't say it all? Yeah, I did say it already. So the fact that these, not just this one, but probably other traps are coming. Again, you really want to think about doing your advanced lab before you start your big long conquest yard.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the last time I'll say it. And new repair specialists. So if you canceled your siege class repair specialists and started your assault class repair specialists last week, like I did, you could cancel it again without finishing and start your defender or some players might want to start your Tideseeker specialist if you're thinking you're going to use Tideseekers in the next raid. Although you're not going to have Tideseekers done by the next raid.
Yeah.
This is all on the whip. You need to pay more attention to the whip, and you wouldn't have made all these mistakes.
Yeah, look, that actually brings up a point for the times for all the build stuff. I mean, what happens if you start that conquest yard? It's 46 something days, right? 40 something, 38 days with the officer, but next week they release something that you have to have in your base, or you have to upgrade something in your base so you can get something else. Do you cancel that and then lose all that time? I mean, that's another aspect because Larry's like, I just canceled this and now this, and that's a good point. That's a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'd cancel a build. I don't know. But maybe they would. Maybe they would release a building that for some reason you really want before your conquest yard. I don't know. Better not.
Just that uncertainty is kicking around the community pretty bad at this point. I mean, with all the stuff going on.
Yeah.
This stuff should have been instant with the way. I mean, most of these halls are practically obsolete except for maybe last raid's raid halls.
Well, yeah, I mean, Justice and Courage are current defenders, so
yeah.
Okay.
The current defenders are okay, but they should still be instant. I don't agree that it takes 30 days to do this stuff.
Yeah, these are nutty.
Mm-hmm. Maybe like 7 days or 10 days, something like that. But I don't know. 30 days is a little bit excessive for me.
Yeah, especially when that first round of repair specialists was instant. All you had to do is get the uranium.
Yeah, and what's going to happen when they release another defender hall? You just wasted 30 days on the wrong hall.
Yeah. Okay. Enough bitching. I mean,
well, there's more.
There's more bitching.
I put up a couple of. I didn't put all of them up. I just put I put up a few that I thought were useful.
Oh, there's more clicks.
Yeah.
So Courage is 30 days. 27.
Yeah, these two are the same.
Tide Seeker, man, Tide Seeker needs more than 20%. Okay,
Yeah.
Tide Seeker's. Oh my gosh.
And that doesn't affect the flagship neither.
Right.
No.
Right. All right, Skyfire Elite. We've seen this one before.
Well, we haven't seen this combination of prizes because they put all the technology in the first level, and it used to not until prize pack 3 or 4 that you got the UAV targeting circuitry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's has some changes.
But, yeah, I mean, I looked at this. You can go all the way through this. You can get 12 days of Skyfire build tokens, which is a full Skyfire. So I'll probably build a 5th Skyfire with these tokens. And then this is also the first time we've seen any gut spill tokens. There's 5 gut spill tokens on tier 4.
That means I can actually start my gut spill now, so I can, use the Skyfire.
Well, except the bear hull is 12.5 days, so
yeah, depress me a little bit more.
Start it yet?
Yeah, so either build this for your hunters. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't start it until I could finish it instantly. But you can build and rank a full Skyfire, which is nice.
Yeah, it's still the garrison.
And then I did prize pack 2 on this, and I like to use icebreakers where appropriate, and Zealous Monos were appropriate. So I felt like the first 3 were better with the icebreakers, and then the last 3, at least prize pack 2, were better with the Zealous Mono. So
I was sort of they might transition away from the garrison targets, especially for newer players in the game. Because at this point, it might make sense to make potentially, because the big problem right now that I see, included with like Tech Up and the last raid and whatnot, is the people that built Phoenixes and not Skyfires. That they might want to think about making this an assault class, because the people that just built the Phoenixes are the people that want this at this point, not people that are, I don't know, or give some sort of. You understand what I'm saying, though, right? I
don't know if I agree though with needing assault to get assault stuff. That's That's I think maybe worse.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, or at least providing some sort of option in some way, because there might be newer players in the game that have only been playing for 4 months or something, and don't have the halls to do a TLC like this.
And
I saw someone complaining that the Novas couldn't get through Prize Pack 1.
But what I'm saying is, if you get my point, as far as new players to the game, in addition to the people that thought the Phoenix was going to be the best haul across the board and could do every target, between those two groups of players, it seemed like there might be some sort of option as opposed to, going back to Garrison again. And it would be interesting. George put up a video today where, was it just one ship or all your ships that you
all the
upgraded?
ships, all the monos.
Okay.
Yep, all the monos were changed.
Okay. Yeah, he did the new siege targeting and the new siege battery.
Oh.
And he did it on 113, but I'm more curious at how it's going to impact some of these TLCs. Because the
I could do
113
that.
is minimal.
Oh, I have so many mono tokens.
Yeah, that's why I did it. And I'm probably not changing back. I mean, when you first go in, like into the gate, if you just stand off your monos a little bit, you can kill that entire shrouded cluster from the inside now. But you still have to go around to kill the monoliths or citadels, whatever the hell it is. But I can stack completely now and not worry about it and just stay on the inside instead of going back through that damn minefield again. And I mean, it saved a little bit, like I shaved a little bit of time off of it. I don't know that it's worth refitting it if you don't have the tokens, but it was fun. It was interesting.
Okay.
Well, what I'm sort of saying, George, is I'm curious how you're gonna do in this campaign relative to previous ones.
Oh, with the new one, I don't know. I can try tonight.
Okay. Yeah, because that might be advantageous for people that have gotten frustrated with that TLC.
Frustrated, and I come on at the right time.
You've been here for 8 minutes, Rom.
I'm so frustrated.
But dude, there was brown beans in there to be had. Brown beans and ham.
Okay. All right.
Fried taters.
Okay. I'll get.
Okay.
George, you prickly bear, what's up?
Nothing good.
Anybody tired of content overload?
Well, I mean, it's not like this TLC is a content overload, right? I mean, this one is just, if you want to go get some Skyfires or get some more Skyfires, you can do this. And so this is probably not. I mean, we talked earlier about the time crunch of doing all the buildings plus now 42 days more for Huggy, but
Well, Huggy's worth it.
Yeah.
Kind of, but you gotta
earlier conversations on that topic.
You got to stop doing a bunch of other stuff that's also worth it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, if they did this like 3 months ago when people weren't in the middle of all their OP10 stuff, people were like, okay, 42 days, sure.
Or the fact that they waited 7 years, maybe they could wait another 4 months.
Yeah.
Or that.
Yeah. Either way. Because it's not like, some magic pixie dust that occurred, with the release of that Shipyard.
Yeah. I mean, first thing that's going in there for me is a bus, but.
Well, by the time you got it built, the bus might be
obsolete.
Yeah.
Obsolete. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I got a bus with one weapon on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You must live in a tough school district.
Why?
All righty. You ready to talk bounty?
Hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go into more content overload.
All right, I'll give you this one. All right, I'll give you this one, content overload, Rum. Okay, so we got bounties starting tomorrow. Yeah. So okay, join the hunt, get some unsecured bounty. So now they're changing how it's generating. It used to be kind of this incremental thing where you get a little bit of bounty all the time, and now you get an unsecured bounty grant every 4 hours. And so then they say your base is always able to store 1 grant in case you are unable to log in. And then you can come back every other grant period without missing any granted bounty. I'm not quite sure how that works. They say the bounty is unsecured, but so then how come it can't be stolen right away?
Bounty one. Wait, which line are you at?
Because you haven't logged in to activate it. It's just there. It's granted.
Oh,
you have to claim,
see.
Yeah, you have to claim the grant.
On a chest?
Yeah, you have to claim the grant first before you get there.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. And then, so then you can't quite wait 2 grant periods. You have to wait or you could come back
On the second one, and it'll grant you 2.
just before the second one.
The way it reads, it's that you can skip one, come in and claim the second one, and you get both.
Right.
That's the way I took it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? That way you can miss one, but
Yeah.
still not miss it. But if you go to the third one, you're only going to get 2, not 3.
Okay, maybe it'll work like that.
So a whole lot of people are going to have what the hell's that thing called? Puffin going during the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other catch is too that important note right there: to redeem your grant, you might have to go to the world map and re-enter your base. I don't think that's an accident. I think that was actually done intentionally.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree with that one.
Explain. What do you mean?
So in the last bounty season, when they added the thing where one of the prizes was going to be 1 bounty, and I don't know, they did some other stuff that made you want to log in or join or something.
Well, this is I think to keep people from playing with a flat base.
Right. So what I did is I logged in, I joined bounty, and I didn't log in again until bounty was over. And with a flat base, I generated bounty. I got enough to claim a few prizes.
Nice.
Yeah. So they don't want that. And that's why they're doing it like this. Because you have to re-enter your base, which means you have to start fixing your base. So there.
Yep.
That's good, actually. I mean, let's make it fair. Okay. Use the locator to find targets. Blah blah blah. Great. Well, the other bit, and I think we'll talk about this more later, is there's NPC targets, and there's going to be a lot more NPC targets. Bus with a weapon.
Yeah,
I'll just
I saw that.
I'll just share this.
That's my bus, boy.
There you go.
That's the weapon.
Yeah. So
I don't know about unstoppable, but it is my bus.
all right. Very nice.
So back to the second raid a month.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, think about it this way: you get 2 raids back to back this time.
Yep.
Ah, Christ.
So yeah, destroy base, 2 stars, steal and secure bounty. Do you need 50% base damage for 2 stars?
Unless this is a different, because normally 2 stars is 50%.
Yeah.
No, 50, it's 50%. 25% is 1.
Right.
And 50% is 2, right?
No, 50% is 1, OP is 2, and 100% is 3.
25%.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
okay,
25% is almost
you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's a different system here.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So reach a checkpoint and some unsecured bounty becomes secured. That is the same. Although I don't know how the grants are going to, like, what if a grant pushes you over? Then is the grant unsecured still? Because they said it was unsecured.
Well, until you hit a checkpoint, which they haven't provided us the numbers for, right?
But what if the grant pushes you over a checkpoint?
Then you get the checkpoint, and whatever's left over is unsecured still.
Unsecured, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But we don't know those. They haven't provided those numbers at this point in time.
If they've even decided on them yet.
Well,
yeah, they might decide
starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. 5th checkpoint. So you get progress prizes when you hit the 5th one. And I thought the other ones did too, but
Yeah, I thought the picture was for each checkpoint. There was like a chest or something underneath it, right?
yeah. Who knows? Okay. Fight and secure your bounty every day. Spend your bounty at the end for prizes. This is all kind of the same stuff. Secured and unsecured. If you get beaten, the attacker takes 30% of your unsecured.
Yeah, if I had more time, they posted this late. I would have. It's very verbose.
Yeah. All right, so here's the checkpoints again. Unsecured becomes secured when it crosses the checkpoint. Can't be stolen. 1 through 4, they say your bread and butter, and then checkpoint 5 is a challenge. So I guess we'll see how big that is.
Well, on the picture they showed us like 13,600. But who knows how much?
Holy crap.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, we just don't. What I'm saying is, I'm assuming these are checkpoints as well in between, or you. I mean, this doesn't match up.
I presume that 6,800 might be one of the checkpoints, right?
You would
Yeah.
assume, since it
Well,
was
if it's
Or it's the second one. I don't.
well, look, they show 5 checkpoints, but there's 4 on the picture.
right.
That says 5. I count 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but if you look at the top of the picture, it says daily check
5.
is 5 of 5. So 13,600 would be, yeah.
4 equals 5.
3 shall be the number of the counting.
I mean,
Did I hear vampire?
1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, the only thing that would possibly be is if you
Yeah,
roll,
fuck that guy.
That's right.
the only possibility is that if you rolled over from the previous day, that all becomes secured. I don't know. That's the only way I see 5.
Yeah, but that's
zero.
just
Zero is a checkpoint. 0 is a checkpoint if you roll over the hour.
I don't know. Let's send Kicks back to Sesame Street for counting lessons.
A 1, a 2. Okay, I'm lost.
All right, there
We're
we
not
go.
doing the count very well at all.
Yeah, he's only got there's only as many fingers as he has.
Fun! Okay. Yeah. All right.
More
So
of this.
again, the same deal about upgrading your outpost. Spend uranium, and it probably ups your grant and ups your outpost defenses and blah blah blah.
Yeah, because this is level 1, so yeah. And we had 4 levels last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All right. Let's see. More of the same. I think. Granted, every 4 hours, you got to log in and enter your base. Earn bounty by someone who has more unsecured bounty. So they still didn't fix the problem where, somebody who's badass secures his bounty and goes back to 0. So it's not a true ladder, which is unfortunate.
yeah, and they need to fix that because otherwise, people aren't going to join. The people that are
They
just
didn't last
starting
time.
off.
Yeah.
You said they
Yeah.
didn't last time, or they did?
They didn't last time. I mean,
Yeah, well, a lot of people joined right at the end, but yeah,
But they were incentivized to.
They need to work out. Yeah, they were incentivized to, and maybe that'll happen again. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. That you can still have somebody that's got 600 and some medals hitting somebody that has 82. This is a separate thing. But as far as the bounty event, you pretty much know that they're attacking and defending capabilities, and now you're putting them in the same pool.
Yeah.
And that's going to be disconcerting to some people.
Yep.
I'm looking
Does
at
anybody
you,
ever feel like you just playing this game and they make up the rules as they go along?
Yep.
Clearly.
like women?
All right, wait a minute. This is the same slide. Hefe, I thought you fixed that.
I deleted some other ones. There was a lot of slides I had to put together.
Yeah, all right. I'll give you.
And only like less than half an hour to do it.
Okay. So
read the top bullet twice, just so everybody knows.
You may not attack members of your own alliance for bounty. Attacking an alliance member will not earn you bounty. You may not attack members of your own alliance for bounty. Attacking an alliance member will not earn you bounty. You can't attack an alliance member anyway.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Why put the second line in there?
Yep.
Well, why are they saying it twice when you can't even do either of those things, which are the same thing?
Right. Oh, keep reading.
You can attack somebody with less unsecured bounty than you, or someone who has not opted in, yet you will not earn or lose bounty. Okay.
Okay, but that's sort of explaining stuff. But you can't attack anybody in your own alliance, anyways. And so if you did it, well, A, you're hacking, and then B, you're not going to get any bounty. He's getting paid by the word here.
Yeah. Like you got paid by the slide?
Well, I'm the one that, if I got more time, I would have reduced the amount of slides.
Both of these guys that are messing it up have sous vide. I'm wondering if the food is poison.
Yes, no, but I would have cut the slides down, but I only had a half an hour to put all the bounty stuff together.
Yeah, so, I mean, again, this is all kind of repeat. If they have a dead OP, you won't earn bounty. 2 stars in destroying the outpost, which is, again, redundant. 2 stars means you destroyed the outpost. You get bounty. Destroy the outpost and earn 2 stars. God damn.
Wait. Let's see that. I want to. Okay.
It's redundantly redundant.
I want to see the slide before the last one.
No.
No. Well, I want to read that last line again. If you attack a player and their outpost is still destroyed, you will not earn any bounty from the battle. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was.
So you got to kill the outpost. You can't just enter someone with.
And if your outpost is dead, you don't get any bounty, or not yours, theirs.
Theirs.
Okay. It makes sense. I'm just wondering if there's a timing thing going on there.
So is there still the thing where I guess if you stay on the map and you have a fleet out on the map and you do map repair, you can keep earning bounty with a flat outpost?
I would assume so.
That
I don't see anything that would preclude that from going on.
Yeah.
And you won't be able to.
Well, then you know what? I think that as a service to the community, we ought to explain exactly how to do that, so everybody can do it, and there will be no bounty to circulate.
Go for it, dude.
Well, I mean, it's pretty simple. I just said it. You stay on the map, you hit bases for bounty, and I mean, if your base is dead, then nobody can steal your bounty. And if you don't enter your base doesn't get fixed, so you can keep earning bounty without it being at risk.
But you're forced to coin repair, and you're not going to be getting the installments that they give you.
Right. And it is going to get harder to collect bounty as your bounty goes up, because you got to find somebody with more.
Well, it'd be interesting if you're forced to go to. Are you forced to go to your base in order to secure your bounty?
That'd be interesting.
I thought that happened automatically.
I think it does too, but it'd be interesting if it didn't.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, because these guys can stay out and not go on their base, and but to secure it, But if their outpost is dead, it doesn't matter. So yeah, never mind.
I mean, you go in, you secure your bounties. Somebody's going to attack you in those 5 seconds.
Likely.
Well, I'm assuming that you're not securing all your. Well, yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
All right. So this is the thing about NPCs. So there's going to be. Last time they had a few of these NPC base targets. We hear this time there's going to be more. They're going to be more frequent. So you can get these level 85s for 50, level 96 for hundreds. And then there's going to be jackpot bases, which are level 88 or level 99. So you'll see them. And those are going to pay out a lot of bounty. And I guess
apparently.
I'd like to see how tough that 99 base is.
I mean, not only is there a random factor in there, but I'm actually trying to think after you guys said all that before, when you were on the map and you were hitting targets, you could secure from the map, right? So you didn't even have to go into base. I
don't know. I didn't really play bounty last time. I just logged out for the weekend.
I'm kind of wondering. I'm kind of wondering, can you claim your bounty that's generated while you're on the map? If so, I mean, those players that were using the auto clickers to keep the game active, you know what? We're going to see more of that too.
Well, it said for the granted bounty, you need to go into your base. And so when you go into your base, you have to fix it.
So you have to go into the base. All right, if that's how it works.
To claim the grant.
Yeah.
But not for, I guess, hitting player bases.
Yeah, or securing.
Or doing NPC targets.
Nice math on the NPC targets on the 88 and the 99. 800 double it 16, 1,000 double it. Oops, not 32. 3,000 double it is 6. I think they missed a number on that first one.
Meh. We already did the thing with the count and the so I'm not going to do that again. Yeah. All right, are we going to see the slide again? All right, a different one. Jackpot Horde spawns rarely. Win and lose medals because they're important.
Does anyone actually give a shit about medals anymore?
I don't know.
Yanis, maybe.
I had a video.
When he's not buying bubbles.
I had a video about medals from Adventure Time. It was pretty good.
Attack Annie. What the hell is that?
So you used to lose some bounty when you failed an attack. That doesn't happen anymore. So huzzah! And it's not like the person that defended their base got that Annie. So fine.
Yeah,
that's true. That's a good point.
Don't bounty. Nope, not Don't bounty. Okay, so bubble time. I think a lot of players were put off by the really short bubble last time, and they improved it. Now instead of 3 hours, it's 4 hours.
Well, they did that in the middle of bounty last time too, did they not?
I think so. But
I think they changed that live.
3 stars of bounty is the same as 4? Or
Yeah.
not 4, 75 versus 100?
Yep.
Wow.
All this for a second raid. Yay.
Yeah, 1 week before the next one.
So prize store, some old stuff for 1,700 bounty. Some other old stuff for 2,400 bounty. And then new stuff starts at 5,000 or 15,000 or 37,000 for the new twin blade. And so you can only earn 2 twin blades, which is interesting for a Conqueror haul.
Yeah.
Because you can't build a full fleet.
Maybe they want you to use it with the Inquisitor and such. Whatever that stupid thing was.
Well, it's not a Rivals. I mean, we'll show the blueprint in a minute. I wonder what you'd pair this with. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
All right, and so let's do the math then. Right, if you get those first 4 checkpoints and you get that 6,800 a day over 4 days, you're not winning the twin blade. You can win some of this other stuff, but you're not winning the twin blade. So keep that in mind.
How much do you get from just generation?
Well, I don't know, right? That first one said 800 every 4 hours. So if you are able to keep it all, that's 4,800 a day, which is less.
So are you suggesting give Peace a chance?
No, I don't think you can do that.
Is it 4 days? Is it 4 days?
So you're getting like 20,000. You're not gonna get the twin blade, but and there's no option to get a single twin blade. I guess that's why it's called a twin blade.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Although for 15,000 bounty, you can get a large courage VXP token.
Yeah, or you can go and hit herbs, and that's during VXP weekend, and it's highly amusing. I got mine up to 16 or 68%. Just hitting herbs. The first one, I didn't even bother with the second one.
You are easily amused.
Oh, it's fun.
I can see you sit there in your zombie
imagine
state.
the sound. What?
I can see you in the zombie state, sitting there watching your courage kill the Earths.
Well, I was watching football at the same time, but it was an easy thing to do because if you get the Earths with the and you had the throwers on there, you take no damage. You just need to find them, and then you can watch football at the same time.
All this stuff is eventually going to come out in a regular raid, right?
Or the FM.
Like Hefe said, give Peace a chance.
Yeah,
I would love to give Peace a chance, but it's not going to happen.
If nobody hit anybody else's bases, and you got 1,500 from these, and then you had the PVE targets, that you're getting 100 from each over 4 days. That's still quite a few, isn't it? Though, to get up to 37 from 16, so it's basically like 10,000. So you need to have 100 of them, right?
Well, so I'm thinking this way: you don't repair your base, keep your fleet on the map, go out and hunt down the 99s, hit 5 of those, and if you're lucky, you get 6,000. Okay, hit 6 of them, 7 of them. That'll give you 42,000.
Maybe.
Don't repair your base.
We'll have to see. We're not recommending anything that Rum says because you've already seen his bust.
You know what? I'll tell you what, man. You want to do that? Do that. You know what? You want to exploit the system? Maybe Kixeye fix what's wrong with it.
I'm not suggesting anybody exploit the system, but there's no difference in this exploit that I just talked about and what the other big alliances out doing. None.
Yeah, I mean, it's not right. You're not cheating. You're not. I mean, this is not a glitch. This is just a mechanic of the game.
This isn't even an undocumented feature.
Right. Your base doesn't repair until you go in your base. It's pretty clear.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So here's a twin blade. Kind of not a really unusual Conqueror configuration. 8 weapons, 6 specials, 3 armor. A lot of building damage bonus, a lot of structure DPS bonus.
Look at the weight.
Make sure you fill all your weapon slots.
Look at the weight allowed.
Yeah, the weight's accounting for the new dock.
Yeah.
Yep. First one.
And you see the weight on the new weapon. This can measure it.
Okay. Here, let's go. So deflection, ballistic, and penetrative is, I guess, sort of low, at least compared to the others. You see explosive really high, so maybe these epic cataclysm mortars that are killing a lot of fleets now won't be quite so effective. Good corrosive. Okay, concussive. We'll see how that does against the Omegas. Good radioactive. Splash reduction. Combat speed pretty high.
Very high.
Yep.
No remote targeting.
I see it as a blitzer.
Yeah, well, especially since they only give you 2 of them.
Yeah,
it's a sloth blitzer.
Yeah, that's not a bad point.
You know, they're only giving you 2, and they expect you to make them work that way. I don't know why they're making you get 2. Hopefully, they'll change that. But yeah, ballistic and penetrative are the only things. It's unusual because they've been forcing people, or I won't say forcing, guiding people to do radioactive damage.
yeah.
And this is the one that's overcoming that. But so there's a change going on here with the 68,000 radioactive deflection.
Yep.
And there's a huge change on with this building damage versus fleet damage thing that's going on.
Yeah.
And we'll get more into that.
You can get the building damage really high. I 1,000. There we go.
Yeah, there it is on the right hand side. I saw that 1,400%.
Yeah.
Huh.
Escalation, baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of damage.
The tier 9, the level 9 turrets.
Well, especially the Clipper missile. I put these slides together before they came out with the bounty slides, and I had to put together 20 slides of bounty text. But you have a 4.5 or the building to fleet damage on the Clipper missile.
Mm-hmm.
Or did I get the number wrong?
Hey, what?
The damage versus the building damage.
Well, it's 4x, yeah.
4. Okay. And then it's very heavy. 695.
Right.
Which we're used to missiles being below 400.
Yeah, you could probably still squeeze some of these on a Liberator. I guess you'd want to figure out damage per ton before you do that, but
yeah.
Who does that anymore?
Well, because most of the time it's not worth it. I might have done it if we had gotten the stuff the day before.
Yeah. No, I know. Usually it's not worth it, but here it might be worth it if you're thinking about refitting a Liberator. So.
Yeah, because if you think about the totality of a base, you need to also think, and also are we talking about like mixing missile types?
Yeah.
And these may not be the only thing that you put on there because again, they're very heavy.
Yeah.
And they don't have any some of those hyena type characteristics with criticals and whatnot that we see in some of these other ones.
True.
And once you start building it, I think a lot of the base guards are going to stand up against it. So, but again, like we said before, it's a tank for the sloth.
Well, okay. So remember, the other new turret that came out, the countermeasure turret, right? That does
right, shoots everything.
Yeah. So it doesn't even with this flak evasion, it's useless against that new turret. So if you overlap a few of those, you might be able to stop a fleet of these.
Well, again, not a fleet of them because you can only build 2.
Well, there you go.
There you go. But that's why I keep on saying it's a tank. But okay.
Maybe they're going back into the old style where you only need 2 ships, kind of like how it was in old VP, where all you needed was like 2 dreadnoughts and you could take a base with that.
Yeah.
Did I recall hearing something that they were going to change what tier of vessel could attack what level of base? Did I hear something about that, or is that a dream?
I haven't heard.
I haven't heard anything. Or some sort of alliance page thing.
I thought they were saying something about 6.5s or 7.0s wouldn't be able to attack bases with OP9 versus OP10.
You live in a different world.
Yeah.
It's probably a wish list.
I know.
Now you're going to make me go back and find it.
It might have
okay. Yeah, find it.
Go back and find it.
I don't believe everything I see on the internet, but some of
I
it.
saw newly level 50 complain that why is the level 120 freaking hitting me?
Wow.
in the forums today.
Welcome to the jungle, baby.
Yeah. And why is his name Larry?
I am not level 50.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Well, at least on your main base.
Nah, I gave up that alt base.
I was going the other way around.
Was that Leisure Suit Larry? Was that the alt base?
No. That was actually Captain Hardlock.
Oh.
With his assistant Blowy.
Blowy, okay. All right.
Bye,
All right.
George.
See you, George. Okay, so yeah, and then these razor foils bump up the building damage, bump up the projectile speed, which I always like.
Yeah, you like the projectile speed, but
I
I
do.
was
Ramming
looking
speed.
at it. This stacks.
Yeah,
what did I do over here? Yes. Like I said,
I don't know. What'd you do?
I threw everything together at the last minute. The RFT or AFT or whatever, it stacks with. It does stack with carbon fiber casing and any sort of range extender you want to use.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
But it doesn't stack with, and it does stack with siege battery, but it doesn't stack with siege targeting. So I basically took the same suite of specials on the left-hand side that included the razor foils. And the right-hand side, I replaced the razor foils with the new siege targeting.
Okay.
So
it's a trade-off. I mean, it's not a gimme, right? But it's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting everything. Penetrating accuracy. You're losing 30%, but this is, I don't think most people have a lot of evade going on.
Yeah.
In their base defense fleet at this point, because everything's been so splash oriented. And then you get down to projectile speed. Unless these are really slow missiles, I mean, plus 75 projectile speed seems to be pretty good already, right? Especially if you're using this as a tank.
But I mean that extra building damage with all that DPS, do you really need that much building damage?
Depends on the retargeting.
I guess.
I mean, that's the only reason I think, because it should take everything out in one salvo with, over 14,000 building damage. And combined with the structure DPS of 42.
Well, that's kind of what I mean. Is
420K. But
is 1,400 that much better than 1,200?
Yeah. I mean, I guess the other way to do it would be to mix these things up. So you have the projectile speed of 175 with the projectile speed of 75%. So you have these laggers that may retarget on something else.
Oh, that might be cool. Yeah.
I don't know how it works, but I was just looking at it like, is this the ultimate special to have? Because it excludes the use of the new siege targeting, and that's what I was using here for the right-hand example.
All right. Cool. Well, that's some good thinking. I like the one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got a adder strike current turret, so that's a new scattergun base defense turret. I guess it's better than the old venom spitter.
Well, look at it on the bottom.
Damage over time.
Oh, it's a dot. Oh.
See, that's the sexy part.
It's so funny. Oh.
But how many of these can you get in the rate? Not the rate. The bounty.
Probably 5.
5?
Well, I would think so if they're going to match it up to the other turrets that we just got in the raid.
It might not be limited. Does it look limited?
Yeah, it is. It's in the limited tab when you look at it in your turrets tab.
All right, let's go back here.
Well, it says it costs 5,000 each, but it doesn't say it's limited or not.
Doesn't say if it's a limit. Oh, that's interesting. All right. We might have to break out the old instructions on how DOT actually gets calculated. Because I don't even remember.
Multi-shot +3.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, because that's interesting. Because that's the first time we've had a multi-shot +3.
Well, wait. So you get but you get these like stack limits that kind of limit the usefulness of extra hits when you're doing DOT. That's that max damage thing. This is why, yeah. So I don't know how useful that's going to be with how DOT works, but I've honestly forgotten how that all.
There's one more click here too.
Yeah, okay.
This is the comparable special.
So this damage over time, is that per pellet? So
we need to know the number of stacks.
Yeah,
and we need there's a lot of stuff that's not in the blueprints that we need to know in order to know how effective this is, because it's one of these stacking things. And there's really nothing that's a Conqueror that's what's unreactive at this point, because it repeals these things faster. It's one of those stack issues that they haven't explained well in the game.
Yeah. Man, there must be an old professor article that at least explains how DOT is computed, because I'm not even... Because the stack... Yeah, I'm not even going to make a guess. I'd have to go back and read the blog.
Oldprofessor.com.
Yeah. All right. So this might be good, might not. I mean, I think deflection still takes effect on this DOT stuff, though.
I don't know. Chat, what do we think? Because as I recall,
I heard
over time is ignored. Yeah, it's like it's already gotten past your armor, and now it's it's little widgets going on inside, and so it's not impacted by armor or resistances or anything like that, as I recall.
Okay.
Nanotube technology.
I kind of remember. Well, I'm trying to remember if like Sharon Torps used to be kind of useless against stuff with deflection, or is it sticks?
It's unreactive. Unreactive is the other stat.
Yeah. See, this game's too complex, man. I can't even figure out if this turret's useless or not. Okay.
Why the corrosive damage?
Well, I don't know if it's the complexity or it's the lack of documentation.
Or both.
Yeah.
Or both.
Because it's not like they're not telling us this stuff.
All right. So I think we're done with that.
Okay.
I had a lot of questions after seeing that slide.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry we can't answer them.
You got to put a nickel in, and then we'll give you the answers. What was your question, Daniel?
No, nothing. It's nothing that you guys can answer anyway, because
it's the questions we were asking. Is this turret any good? Right? Is it going to actually damage ships coming in your base?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm assuming. I don't know, and whether to use that special on, because it's special. That's the first time we've gotten +3, but because basically, how many turrets have multi-shot? It's just the
Venom,
and this one. Is there anything else?
The Drac coaxial.
Okay.
That one's kind of obsolete, though.
Well, not if you add another. I don't know. If you add another multi-shot to it.
I think you'd still rather have the new one.
Yeah, it's
still
besides the 24-day build time, you might be able to get something done with the special.
I really don't see the difference between the two. It's still splash based, so
it's greater splash, better reload, right? And the other one's salvo based, right? The Drac coax versus the new one.
No, the Drac coax was multi-shot. Oh, I mean you're talking about the new one is salvo, yeah.
Oh, the new one is Salvo. Yeah.
The new one's
Okay.
Salvo. The Dracoaxo is multi-shot.
Okay.
The only difference I see is the range, probably, and maybe a little bit more splash.
Okay. Well, I guess I should, at this point in the evening, shouldn't I, in case anybody would like to join the after show.
Yep. I'm probably not gonna
talk about. We'll talk about my 24-hour chuck roast.
Okay. I am probably not going to be able to hang around for the after show, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, yeah, especially the whole 24 hours of it. Yeah. You know, I'm going to give like a 5-minute update so that I'm going to read it, you know, to the group. But yeah.
All right.
But
All
yeah,
right.
like any parting words as far as, you know, I think we got a lot of stuff out there as far as
I
we're
didn't
not
really
certain
get
of the direction of things going and whatnot. I'm sorry, go ahead, Larry.
I'm just going to say, you know, I didn't get a chance to talk about all those TLCs last week and the aftermath of that. I ended up going through all 4 of the whatever to get the Phantom Fang tooth and got it, but I felt like I did buy the 5 days of Fangtooth tokens to get there. And it was the first time in a long time where I coined because I felt like I had to, not because I wanted to. So that was, I think, really, you know, that's kind of the edge where you really don't want to push players where they feel like they have to coin. Right? You should feel like you want to and get some value for it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because how long? I mean, the Fangtooth's going to be around, but if you have to start coining bus or whatever, that's a 2-week proposition at best. The way the game's going.
Yeah, I was not pleased. I mean, I don't know. So that's where I was at on those TLCs last week. I don't know how those all worked out for you guys.
I'm still doing the hunter one.
Okay, see, I wanted to do those as quick as possible so I could get the tokens, the skirmish tokens, to get my Fangtooth in shape. And that's why I only needed the 5 days to get some charge on them instead of more, because they're selling a lot more.
Are you going with 2 of each charge on there?
1 of each right now.
Just for the build time?
Yeah. I mean, eventually I'll add a second, but for this raid, I think I'll only have 1 of each. And then I'm going to be able to get my Phantom done before this raid.
Well, that's going to put you in a much better position for the explosive if you went with the ablative, right?
Yeah, I do have ablative on mine.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe two of the charged armors is actually enough for the sub at least. Yeah, I mean, yeah, 1 of each.
Well, right. You know, like I went through this, you know, I mean, I didn't get close to losing my charge pool on any of these targets as I went through Hidden Depths Prize Pack 4.
Yeah.
So I don't think you need it for the extra pool. I'd only add it for the extra resistance, just to cut my damage.
Oh, okay.
At least in the targets we've seen, you know, maybe we'll see some more targets where you're going to need more pool.
Well, that's something that people could play with, you know, to like, if they wanted more speed, they could put a V armor or something like that, or
yeah, it's true.
Or if they wanted more stealth.
If you've got the Fang, is speed going to be an issue?
If you got the Phantom,
if you got
probably
the
not.
Yeah,
probably not. No.
So I mean, you know, that V's never going to really fire. Like I'd go for more damage than I would for speed if you've got the Phantom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, anything else you want to talk about Phantom-wise or Fangtooth-wise or Hunter-wise? I mean, did you guys build Hunters? Did you like those?
I have 1 Hunter built. and that's it. And it's got nothing on it but one of the new weapons. So
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like.
So it's like your bus.
What was that, Hefe?
I said it's like your bus.
Well, I'm old school. You built everything with one weapon.
Minigun mounted on top.
That's more than a minigun. That's a mega gun on my bus, buddy.
So I've got
Go ahead.
one Hunter built, and it's got, I mean, it was pretty close to done, and it's got like 70% rank or so, and even with one of each charge on it. And I was unimpressed with that one Hunter. Like, I used it in the first engagement of that Hidden Depths to take out all those drones, and it still got really shot up. I was not impressed.
I think everybody said it's going to depend upon the number of hunters you have is going to be the most important factor.
Yeah, with that aura cap of 5, that's it's going to require 5 to even bring it on the water for most stuff.
And I'm actually glad you brought that up. Has anybody considered the possibility of running Visago's Hunter as a flagship for 4 regular hunters?
Oh, I don't know. I never built one.
It's got 90 thermal. I built one and destroyed it already, or whatever.
Oh, scrapped it?
Yeah. But I did that a long time ago. But it would be interesting to see Visago's Hunter with the 4 Mark 1s with the thermal of 90 on it.
So it's just a thermal of 90. It's not providing.
It's got a higher rate of sonar as well.
Well, the Visaga's because it also has a cavitator field, which I'm not sure does us any good.
That's exactly
right. It would be good if you're trying to kill Fangtooths.
Yeah, if it's a PvP thing, I just don't know how it's going to work. And how fast is it?
Well, I'm getting.
I don't think it's fast enough in this world to keep up.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
With all these new engines.
Well, you still got to rely on the base speed.
Yeah.
So if it's at 18 or I'm not sure it's gonna. Not sure if it's gonna play. Well,
I was gonna look it up.
So nobody bought it. Okay, it's probably best.
No, I got it right there. It's still hiding.
Okay.
No one.
Alrighty. Well,
all right, gents.
I think it's. Are you going to go off to order some bump stocks? I am still trying to figure out why that thing seems so simple. Why wasn't that invented like 100 and some years ago?
I don't know.
Because it seems so simple relative to, I don't know. It just seems like a very simple thing. But, alrighty. Well, you guys are welcome to join us. We'll be talking bump stocks and sous vides in the after show. And you guys all have a pleasant evening, and we'll see you on Friday, and hopefully we'll have a more in-depth evaluation of what's going on with Bounty, because they sort of hit us at the last minute. So say night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.